Evening, everybody.
Oh,
Hello.
hey.
Evening, everybody.
Oh God.
Hello.
Oh. How's everyone doing?
Doing awesome.
How about yourself?
I went to a concert last night and had a little birthday party today and got home and did some things and now here. What about all you? Having a good weekend?
Yeah, my college team won. Had a nice, rainy, relaxing day. Pretty good.
Must be nice.
Yeah, we need some rain with all these fires that are going on.
Well, if you'd stop setting fires.
Pyromaniac.
Well, happens.
Izzy, say that again.
Pyromaniac.
Sound like Animaniacs?
Sounded like she was saying ack instead of ack.
Oh. So I do got the stream going. There's some pictures up there. Little slideshow. Everything will be recorded for afterwards, thrown on the YouTube video. Notes will be posted, and everything will be put on the forums afterwards, just like every other year that we do this. So
And a test on Monday.
yeah, test is on Monday. So it's welcome. New people, old people. See a lot of old faces in the channel. Some new ones. So that's always good. This is our 4-year little anniversary of us being a community. So thanks to all that are taking the time to come out, join us, come listen to some things that we have tonight and, do some games afterwards. Obviously we had some many highs, lows, ups, downs over this past year. But obviously, our community wouldn't be what it is today without a lot of the people that come here, hang out, support us. And hope everyone sticks around for, more years to come. There's many people that are in this channel that have been around for a long time with us, so really appreciate everybody. Tonight's meeting, chance, all of us, obviously, come together. Give you some updates, things that we've been working on, chance to hear from the guilds that we have, how they've been doing. Have lots of some valuable information for all of you, and a chance at the end there to ask some questions. So, with that being said, Izzy has some history stuff.
Izzy's on the phone right now.
All right.
Punchy has some history stuff for us. Good to hear your voice, sir. Let's go ahead and hear you read it.
In the beginning, that's all I got. That's,
For those that don't know, that was Izzy's husband, Wedge. But we'll come back to that history stuff afterwards. Jack, if you want to lead us into the next section.
What's our next section here?
We're just gonna yammer about stuff we've liked.
About what we're doing. So yeah, I'm the most recent addition to the board, I believe. Right?
Yeah.
I think
Actually, it's right.
Well, yeah, it is.
Yep. So I joined in January or February, I don't remember, but yeah, I mean, it was just my opportunity to give back to the community a little bit. Evolved. I've had a lot of cool memories with them, a lot of cool gaming experiences with them. Obviously we did a real life meetup, which we'll talk about a little bit later on. A few years ago, my wife was the one who coordinated that, and it was just a really good time. It was just a lot of fun with a lot of good people, and it's a tough experience to replicate, and you never know how those things are going to go, but I can say it went really well for us. But anyway, like I said, I'll get back to more of that later on, but that's just a little bit more of my experience with it. And I mean, I've kind of lived off the backs of other people's hard work for years in this guild, and when they asked if I wanted to try and do a little bit more, I figured, well, I mean, I let them know, I'm pretty useless about a lot of things, but yeah, I can sit around and talk. So that's one of the things I can do. Okay. So that's why I joined the board, and hopefully help make a good impact. Who's the next, Kata? Maybe a star?
Yeah, Star. Read yours.
Anyways, this section actually is kind of hearing more about us and what we've enjoyed about the past year. Those who don't know me, I'm Star. I'm the recruitment officer for the Alliance side. I've been part of Evolve since basically the beginning. I became a board member, I think the first year, maybe, I don't remember, it's been a while. And then eventually, some reason, I got suckered into becoming a try as well. But anyways, this past year's been pretty interesting for me. I really enjoyed my time in WoW, especially getting the opportunity to raid with all of our amazing members. I also loved the Final Fantasy Endwalker expansion, and like the story and the way they wrapped it up is amazing. If you've not tried Final Fantasy and you're bored, seriously, give it a try. The story is amazing. Sadly, though, due to a wrist injury, I've not been able to game as much as I would like, and I've had to take a break from raiding. So you mostly see me kind of online messing around on alts and just kind of leveling up, goofing around. Thankfully, my wrist is getting better, so I'm hoping to be back to normal soon. But on the plus side, not spending as much time gaming has allowed me to spend more time practicing watercolor, which is something I started doing last year and I've kind of fallen in love with, and it's fantastic. I love it. And then Kato or Rail next, I guess?
Go ahead, Rail.
Oh, sure, make me. What does my Fallen Told script say? I've been around Evolve since our prior entities, various levels of activity. Lately, I've been mostly out of game. I've been popping in for most of the raids, but we sold our last old house earlier this year, and we've been waiting for a new build. We finally moved into it, so we're getting settled. I still have piles and piles of boxes and being told the heaviest furniture needs to get moved upstairs. So we're not done yet, but we're getting settled. I've got my office space, which was the priority, so I can play at any given time. And I will just say I'm going to be the future guild leader for Pantheon, I guess, even though Kata says I'm playing Warcraft right now.
You do as you're told, sir. For me, past year, it's been kind of rather different, going from being off work with a torn ligament in my foot. I was off for 14 months. Being back at work again obviously helps me lose some more weight and getting out there. But I did get to play while I was off with many different people. It was really exciting to, go and experience New World. That was a very fun game. And then switching over to something different and playing Lost Ark, that was really exciting. But unfortunately, those games, maybe it's just an Amazon curse, but they flopped hard. Real bad, so I'm scared about Amazon gaming.
Could just be you playing them as ruining them.
It could be. Glimmer and Med aren't here. It was actually Glimmer's birthday a couple days ago. So she's out with some friends tonight, and Med's out camping. Unplugging from reality. So Glimmer wanted to let everybody... Oh no, I'll read Med's. Med said this last year, a couple highlights for her in mind. First was the community rebounding. After some exposure from the Blizzard culture that we all know that happened. We are, after all, a multi-gaming community. She's so glad that the Evolve community did not close the doors and just walk away after what happened with Blizzard. The community provides so much more than just a game guild. There are many people that would be lost without this network of family and friends. The second highlight was the work done by the leadership to allow the community to evolve. And she has that in quotation marks. The try increasing the numbers to voice opinions, and taking the time to listen to the members. Change is not a fast process, but looking back on everything that we've accomplished in the last year, she's really impressed. Reminder, many of our changes are driven by the feedback form in the feedback section, so please use the feedback form.
We have forums.
So I
Not even
never
a
said
forum.
forum, not forms, forum.
I said we have. That's the old joke from
Hmm.
way back when. We have forums.
We have a
my
website.
So changes like separation of Discord and the forums, the rewriting of the charter, and a few more changes that will be added in shortly. Is Izzy back?
She's got. She's still on the phone. She had one head up.
Okay, that's fine. Does anybody else want to read Izzy or Glimmers?
I can read Glimmer and give
All
Izzy a
right.
chance to read her own.
Go ahead.
This is from Miss Glimmer. This last year is taking me away from video games. It's something that she hates a lot, but with a new puppy and starting a second year of residency, she just hasn't had the time or energy. She's really hoping in the future that that changes and that she can be back battling whatever monsters that are thrown at us. She's enjoyed this year getting to meet and interact with more people outside of her bubble. The way off topic section is her favorite. Hockey season was so much more fun getting to share the highs, lows, and cringes with fellow members of Evolved.
We'll just leave Izzy's. She could read hers when she gets back, so we'll just move on.
That's her plan. Is to hopefully the meeting ends.
Yeah. Well, of course.
Other than that, she's gonna come back to the end and have a bunch to read and hate that.
Jack,
She's waving her middle finger in my face right now.
Yeah, we've been working on the charter.
you
That's
excited
what we're doing
about?
right now. Oh, what am I excited about? Oh, I'm
Yeah.
excited about things now. Oh, we're not talking about the charter.
Not
yet?
there
You're
yet.
skipping sections.
We're not there yet.
I was just telling Kata earlier. I am excited about Monster Hunter. I just have never really played one of those games, and I picked up Rise on a sale really recently, and I just only want to play Monster Hunter. I have no idea why. I'm just loving every second of it. So that's what I'm really excited about, and hopefully, I'm pretty sure we've got other members that play Monster Hunter. I'm playing on the Switch. So if anybody would like to join me, hit me up in DMs or anything else, or at me in one of the gaming channels, and let's play some Monster Hunter.
You had me until Switch.
Are you
I
playing
think
on
it's
the PC?
cross-platform.
I used to play that
It's
on the older versions on
that sucks.
PSP.
Oh yeah. I never played that one either. I never played any of them, but yeah, that's mostly right now. That's really all I'm thinking about. So if we can get just a huge Monster Hunter community, that would be great.
What about you, Star? What are you excited about?
Like all of my fellow WoW players, I'm really excited for Dragonflight. It's looking really promising, and I can't wait to explore all of the new zones, the dungeons, and hopefully, assuming Iris will allow me, to be able to start raiding with you guys again. I am also looking forward to seeing what happens next with the Final Fantasy story. Um, and on a side note, kind of a side game, I'm really excited for Hogwarts Legacy. The game looks amazing and looks beautiful, and I'm really hoping it blows up out of the water and it's amazing. And if I disappear, that's after releases, that's probably why.
It could be so good. I really
Or
hope
really
it is.
bad. I don't know, but I'm hoping for
It's
good.
so likely that it'll be bad, but it could be so good.
What about you, Rail?
I'm gonna keep saying Pantheon. They're supposed to get another wave of pre-alpha going any week now, and I'm just gonna be high hopes for that one in the meantime. And then I just saw that they are already planning out the story for the next Final Fantasy expansion, so that'll be cool to check out when the time comes. I think those are my big ones.
As for gaming, it's Dragonflight. There's really nothing new coming up on the real horizon there. Rail has his Pantheon. Ashes looks kind of good, but who knows how that's going to go with the full PvP thing. But
Well, we'll know in 7 years.
yeah. But really for me, like when Dragonflight comes out, it's the insane influx of people that show up for a month or 2 or 3 months that you haven't seen, and they just come back every year just to level their tune and see the storyline, do some quests, and then they fade into the just gone. But it's always nice to see some people that come back and just come and hang out and just disappear. Star, you want to read Glimmers?
Sure, I'll read hers again. Glimmer, like me, is super excited for Hogwarts Legacy. She says, that's it, that's the tweet. But anyways, she's really looking forward to hopefully getting to game more. But she's not gonna lie, going to Hogwarts is going to be pretty freaking fun.
Meds, the next 12 months have so much potential, and she can't wait to see what brings for all of us in the near future. She obviously can't wait for Dragonflight. Any time Blizzard releases a new major expansion, we see the large influx of members and activity that comes back. The pure excitement, buzz, and chaos of Shadowlands launch was a blast. So even if you don't play World of Warcraft, you should just join us on Discord. Come out, hang out, and have fun. She has other stuff in there, but it kind of goes with information down below, so we'll just not say that stuff.
I think Izzy's back.
Vampire looks
Nope.
fun if they'd ever release it.
Oh, Bloodline?
I'm back.
Two?
I'm giving up
myself
on
muted.
that, though.
Yeah,
I know.
You could start at your little history stuff and then read your other
You
two.
skipped all of it?
Wow. We weren't
You
just
did.
gonna
I did read
wait.
Glimmer stuff for you though.
Oh, thanks.
So now you just gotta talk for the next 6-7 minutes.
Oh, thanks, guys. So I'll go over the history of Evolve for those that are new or those that would like a refresher. But I'm just gonna try and summarize what's here. About 4 years ago, 2018, about 10 of us came together and decided to create a new organization. We all came from another organization, but we wanted to build on it. We wanted to meet the needs of our players and have a drama-free, family-oriented, people-focused environment for mature gamers who wish to play online without, the antics often found in open games. We've tried to broaden our minds over the years that not all games in the modern MMO world will lend themselves to totally casual gaming, but we are trying to be like our name and evolve with the ever-changing games around us, even if that evolution isn't as timely as some would like. It's work, and we'll get there. Our officers and members work extremely hard and devote long personal hours to creating a home for the most casual of the casual, and for those who are a little more driven for accomplishment. Your gaming experience matters, and we're building this place for you. We did a 4-year history or 4th-year history write-up that will link in our overall post that actually has more detailed information about this year, and you can also find the past 3 years write-ups with it. So we'll get that posted when we post everything else. Yeah?
Yeah. Still you?
What did y'all not read my anything?
No, we did not. We
It's a
left
read your
that
what
for
I
you
enjoyed
too.
most about the past year.
Cool. Let me have some more vodka.
Yeah, you drink.
What I enjoyed most in the past year, it was a bit of a rough year. Gaming wise, everything's been pretty good. Even with, Shadowlands being a little drawn out. Did not enjoy Blizzard's nuclear dump of a culture being brought to light, but I'm glad it has been brought to light so things can improve. Real life was a little rough, but just making it through all the adjustments post-pandemic. This place, while at times stressing me the F out, has also been a place of refuge and support. I always enjoy my time online with everybody. I've made time to get back into reading. my original form of escape and have majorly benefited from it. So I'm excited about that. Continue to foster my kittens, as I'm sure many of you know and get tired of hearing about and seeing pictures. I branched out from WoW, Overwatch, and my PC and finally played something on the PS4 that sits collecting dust. I still owe someone a selfie while wearing cat ears, and eventually I will get that selfie posted. Anyway, love this place and my gaming family. And what I'm most excited about for the year to come, but really, like everyone else that plays WoW, I guess, looking forward to the Dragonflight expansion because, dragons. Excited to move on from Shadowlands, all the pandemic memories. I'll miss the Night Fae, but dragons have them beat by far. The new healing class has piqued my interest. Probably be my main alt, but I'm never not going to be a druid first and foremost. So I'm looking forward to Overwatch 2. None of you guys can kill my excitement for that. I enjoy what I enjoy. And I'll hopefully be getting a PS5 soon, so I'm hoping to find time to branch out into other upcoming releases, especially Hogwarts Legacy. And maybe I'll finally plan that trip to Universal to visit Harry Potter World. That's it. That's me.
Perfect. All right, Star, bring us into the next section.
I'm next. Okay. So the next section is about guild news. We're going to take the time to hear from the guilds from around our community. They are the driving force that brings in the largest amount of our members. We want to give a big thanks to our guild leaders and the officers for all their hard work and dedication they put into keeping these guilds going behind our community. We know it's not easy, but you guys are awesome, and we would be like lost without you. Now, for the alliance side, the alliance side of our community has been trucking along through what's been a crazy, wild, long raid tiers. Shadowland has had some rough raid content and long patches that's dragged on for months. But our amazing members keep the lights on being active as they are. Our mingles have been such a great thing that can provide not just the alliance side, but now the Horde Guild through the cross faction. Thanks to all, this is from Miss Izzy. Thanks to all of our amazing officers and members of the Alliance Guild here in our Evolve community. You truly are amazing and the only reason I keep doing this. Sorry, my dog's barking. Hold on. In Dragonflight, we hope that with the cross faction community, it'll keep more members around our. My dog got me distracted. We'll be able to keep more members around through weekly events that we'll have going on. Now for the Horde side from Kata. The Horde side building has been going amazing. The leadership team and the officers have been working hard to gain new members in the Horde community. They currently have over 150 accounts and have been working with the Alliance Guild to come up with some great events throughout the week so that all of our members have something to do. We're hoping to get Wednesday, Thursday rating progression going, but most likely that won't be until Dragonflight. They are hoping to look up to setting a Horde hosted Mythic Mingle to cover a different day beyond the Alliance side one. We do ask that our members take the time to read Discord and check the pins and channels because that's where most of the information is always going to be. Also, try to keep the in-game calendar up to date as well. Remember, we want everybody to get in the cross faction community. There's a lot of information there, and there's information for it is pinned on the WoW chat on Discord. And speaking of Discord, make sure to be social by getting on and chatting via voice or text. Many of the groups for various things are formed on Discord and in the cross faction community. So if you're not paying attention or not in the community, you're going to miss out. And as always, if you have any questions, make sure to speak to one of the officers. Jack, you're up next.
Yeah, are we talking about the charter now?
Yeah.
Yes, that part finally.
Now you
can. So we've been working on the charter. We get together pretty regularly ish and have chats about the charter and stuff. It's not something that's going to affect members on a day-to-day basis, right? Like everybody who's here it's not like we're implementing some kind of huge amazing policy. It's just kind of general stuff that people can, have a baseline for what the community is and what it does, right? So we just, that way if you have super people that are horrible or offensive or, can't tolerate certain other people, right? Then this just might not be the place for them, right? It's just stuff like that kind of lays all that stuff out. make sure that it's in writing so people kind of know what to expect. And it's always something, we always welcome feedback on it from members and stuff. You guys can go read it. It's not meant to be some kind of, huge, golden tablet type deal. It's just, it is something though that we do have to pay attention to because, people join the community and they do have expectations. And then when inevitably something arises, people want to understand, it's not just an arbitrary thing that's going on, right? Like we put it in place on purpose to follow those guidelines, right? So it's just one of those things. But at the same time, and especially this goes great for things that aren't mentioned specifically in the charter and stuff, just ask somebody. Like you can always ask an officer, you can always ask an officer, you can always ask board members, anybody who's online, you can at people, DM them. That's part of us being on board and things like that. Like you want to talk to us, talk to us. Get a real answer. So that's what we've been doing, and we should have it rolled out, right, Kata?
Yeah, tomorrow I'll have it posted
Okay.
on the forums.
Yeah, so we should have it rolled out. People want to look at it. You want to give feedback? That's great. We're always taking feedback. So, yeah, I think that's pretty much. Oh, there was some specifics in here. It looks like. We moved guild creation information into the casual gaming guild creation big post. The link can be found in the gaming information. We have also created a conflict resolution section for members to deal amongst themselves when they find themselves having problems with another Evolve member, which is going to happen. It's a lot of different people, and sometimes you're not going to agree. Please be adults and attempt to deal with the people you're having problems with, but we are always here to assist as well. And there's one thing we've talked about multiple times when we were talking about the creation of it, but, there's always just a walk away too. Like you don't always have to sit and hash it out with somebody. It's like Discord is an easy place to just, take a break or just say, hey, it's not the place or the time for me. I'm going to take a break. If we want to talk about it tomorrow, we can definitely talk about it tomorrow. Just step back from the situation. It's never a big problem with that. So I think that's about it. And that puts us over to Rail for Discord statistics.
Yes, exciting statistics. So here's a few stats as mentioned that kind of reflect what we see and what's been going on. On average, we get about 46 new members who join through the Vanity link and 29 through the member-generated invite links. And 61 of these people have clicked through to our welcome channel, about 85% from North America, and then 50% for other. And then the majority are using the desktop and mobile, while weirdos like me still prefer to use desktop most of the time. Basically, 50% of our current members, we got 900 plus, have been with us a year or more. That's a lot. We have a whole lot of people, whether or not they're super active or not, and everything, and it's a good sign. We did have that Discord change recently that caused some people to rejoin. Then for our text channel info, we've only had 193 members actually read the community news information we put out. It's for all the games, but there's always going to be something for your specific game in it. And if you don't catch up on it, you might miss something that's interesting to you or useful to know going ahead, and then ends up getting answered ad nauseum when we have to repeat things that we have already shared. But check it out, even if it's just a quick skim. We do put time into preparing these blasts to share information for everyone. Voice channel infos, right now it's primarily the both WoW factions with our cross faction rating. We are looking to open up more raid nights hosted by the Horde side come Dragonflight, so there'll be a little more variety option as well as the mingles that Star mentioned, where we're looking to offer an additional day potentially as well to make sure, regardless of when you raid, you get to join it. But we have had the lounge is the biggest one with 70 different listeners and 56 different people talking, and but we do have other channels as well. So if maybe you're playing something that's not WoW, jump down into the gaming chat. Someone might pop in and join you. And if you can always stream through Discord too, if you want someone to see what you're playing and they might be interested and want to join in with you. that being said, jumping over to Izzy for Disconnected.
Um, so we've noticed and we've heard some chatter. We sometimes feel many of our members are disconnected from either the server or the community. But there's not, we try to do the blasts, we try to get people in Discord. There's not a ton we can make people do it. It comes from both ways. Um, we provide all the information we can. If you're not taking time to scroll up on the channels, read the at mentions, read the red at mentions, check the pinned information and most of the channels, you're missing a ton of information. Discord is searchable, so if you have a question, you usually can find the answer if you just do a little search. That's not to say we're not happy to answer any and all questions, but things like what server do you all play on can get kind of old. I mean, it's posted in our recruitment, it's posted on our Discord information. I think it's even posted in the welcome message. It's posted in the announcements. Please take time to read the information and please encourage people to get on Discord. I know that if you're in WoW, most of the M plus groups, they start in Discord, either via the text channel, but mostly via the voice channel. So I know it's easy to miss out, and I do like that we have been posting them more in the cross faction group and in the Discord channel, because we do have a few deaf members that will miss out if we're just saying it in voice. But please encourage yourself and those around you to try to be on Discord so you don't miss out. Educate yourself on how to use Discord. Just read the information. But that's what I got. Cataclysm.
Feedback. This is really important to us. We don't do any changes now. Like when people are talking about stuff in voice, they're typing about it in different channels. We have a feedback and facts section at the very top of Discord. It has a form there that you fill out. We have no idea who even fills it out. So go there, fill it out, say some stuff in there that you'd like to see changed. Based on some feedback, we did make a few changes. So, we do listen and we do discuss everything that gets posted in there. So, when you guys are just discussing it, be like, hey, let's go put a few form things in, give us something to chat about so we can make things a little bit better and easier for everybody around here. So with that being said, Star has some information which is based on feedback.
Yep. So we did recently receive some feedback about something that would help benefit our WoW guilds. We do like to make things easier for our members when we can, while not having things get out of hand with over-the-top roles. We don't want a role for everything possible in Discord. It would get chaotic. What we do ask, hold on, I'm going to read this differently. So we're excited to announce for our WoW guilds that we'll be getting the following new roles, as well as instructions for them append in the appropriate channels. You guys are going to be getting the WoW Mythic Plus roles for all of you that love to do Mythic Plus. We are also adding a roles in for our WoW groups. We're going to have the WoW Raid for Tuesday, Friday, Saturday, and then the WoW Raid for Wednesday, Thursday, for when the raids start there. The reason for the new raid at mentioned is because not all of our members raid. So we want to make sure when the information goes out, we get them to the right people, as well as those that aren't raiding don't necessarily get pinged for everything. We do ask with these roles that you are paying attention to channels and don't misuse them. If you see an app mention for something, like for somebody looking for Mythic Plus that goes out at 5 p.m., don't be the person that asks at 5:01 just after seeing the same thing. Give people time to respond. These roles will be in the role assignment bot at the top of the forums, and it's up to you, the members, to get them. Don't miss out on the information from your raid leaders or the chance to run some Mythic Pluses. It's in your hands now, so take the time, get your roles, and don't miss out on any of the fun. And Izzy, you are next.
So I'm going to talk about community swag. So I didn't really think we'd have anything new this year because I usually end up designing things and life got in the way. But last minute, I reached out to Mies Mice and she came through amazingly. So here's a link to 3 different designs on the Redbubble shop. I'm going to post it in the open board, but it'll also be posted in the overall news blast when we post it on the forums. And then there's going to be links to the past items. The profits for these go towards the expenses for Evolved. I have a link for what those expenses are. If we do have a surplus this year, especially with all the new items, if people want to buy them, I'm thinking of coming up with a couple charities maybe that we could donate for the holidays, even if it's just a small amount, or if people wanted to donate directly to a charity. I'll have to come up with a poll. I know everybody loves a good poll. It's the best. So that should be in the works. What is it, like September? So in the next month or so, we'll think about charities. Community vets, rail.
All right. So we have been kicking around some ideas for a new name for the community veterans, just to get things a little fresh, a little more representative of what we think of when we think of who should be a community veteran. And from these names, we've voted and narrowed it down to 5 names, and we're going to be having a community-wide vote to see what you, the members, would like best to have that. Right now, our list of names that we're going to be putting up for the vote is a community champion, community pillar, marvelous member, devoted member, and legendary member. Once the poll is set up, we'll definitely ping everyone to make sure you are aware of it so you can vote for what name you like best. And then once a year at a meeting, this very meeting, the board and Tri reach out to guild leadership within Evolved, and we ask for suggestions for people they think that would be representative of this to be determined veteran rank title, and then nominate 3 to 5 people who we then vote on to see if they're we all agree that they should be new veterans until we have a better word, of course. So I wanted to give a big congratulations for the new veterans and who will have a new name once voted on being promoted this year. And we have Aaliyah, Drinky, Mavis, Weeman, and Zara. And I want to give a big congratulations to you 5 for being longtime members and great parts of our community that make us evolve what it is. Star, onto the book club.
So after taking the summer off, just due to one being real life being super crazy for me and just kind of interest was dwindling, we're hoping to try and revive the Evolve Book Club again. For those that are new, we have a good reads group that we use for the voting, discussions, etc. On the books we're reading as a group. So far, we've read a total of 17 books together, and it was a ton of fun just kind of reading the same book, discussing, and honestly just finding some new book suggestions to read. I know there's numerous books we read that I probably wouldn't have picked up on my own, but I absolutely loved, and I'm really glad that I read them. This time around, we're going to change things a little bit. Instead of trying to do monthly books, we're going to try and do a new book every 3 months. This will give us time to not feel rushed, make it easier to catch up if we get behind, and also just to have time to read other books on the side. I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one that has a massive, constantly growing book to read list, and it'd be nice to have more time to kind of read the book with the book club as well as some on the side. The next book will start in October. I will be getting the polling up for it on this or on Goodreads soon. You can also just kind of start thinking of books you want to read on. Send me the titles on Discord or in the Goodreads group. I will get the link out for those of you that don't know it. And don't feel like if you join, you're required to read books every time or participate each time. This is just kind of something fun to do on the side. If we end up not having enough interest for a book cycle, we'll just skip it and try again. It's not a big deal, and it's not, don't feel like you have to participate if you don't have time or just aren't interested. And then Rail, you are up next.
Yes, I am. So, gaming news. A lot of this is a summary of what's been going on and what's to come. While we primarily are Warcraft, there are other things to play. A lot of us dabble in other games or take breaks and play other games. And if it's something you're interested and you don't see anyone talking about it, let us know. There might be people who have asked, and we can help link people up and maybe get something going in games that we aren't super active in. Right now for MMOs, as has been repeatedly mentioned, and pretty much everyone who plays knows, Dragonflight is on the way. Just recently finished alpha and is in beta mode. I believe the most recent patches yesterday have made it a little more stable, so people having issues with the crashes should be able to play in beta. It looks promising. It's going to be more rating with more talent options, so if you haven't tried WoW, now might be a time to check it out. It should be a exciting expansion. Final Fantasy XIV, it is in the middle of its current expansion. It did have a recent content drop, and every other content drops goes from an alliance raid or an 8-man raid. So there's more raids, more quests. I haven't actually checked it out myself yet, but I believe there is an island with animals you can pet that seems to be taking people by storm.
The island's fun.
I plan to, once we get all the content for the expansion, I'm gonna pop back in and check it all out in one huge story chunk and do the raids. Every time I look at ESO, they seem to be having some new expansion coming out that we had a guild at one point, but there's been lost interest. It seems like there's a whole lot to do if anyone's been playing that or wants to take a break and try something out. And then the other big one everyone's talking about, Lich King Classic, has just been finishing up on the PTRs and coming out. And while I know a lot of people have asked, we do not plan to start a guild currently. If there's a lot of interest and someone wants to take charge, we can definitely help provide guidance and how to get that guild going. But in the past, when we have played on Classic, we've played Alliance on Paggle. For anyone interested in trying to hook up, that might be the easiest way, unless you really love your Classic character and want to keep doing that. But want to make sure that everyone was aware of that. And then there's some smaller games. I picked a few that highlighted to me, but there's Among Us is a great one. That's one we may get a game of that going tonight. And in the past, it was something that after raid nights, people who wanted to keep playing would get together and play some Among Us after a Friday night raid or a Thursday night horde raid. It was a good way to just kind of hang out and do something different with everyone. Fall Guys, which I think Indak and I are the only ones who really play that one a lot. Went free to play this year, so and it has cross-faction play now, so you could play it on PlayStation, PC, Xbox, and stuff. I've actually started playing it more on the PlayStation just because I can sit on the couch and run that one. And then Back 4 Blood, I really want this one to work. I honestly haven't bought it, but if you remember Left 4 Dead, it was a great 4-person team-based zombie killer. It's basically the same thing. But there's other things. I know we had a wave of people playing Dead Before Daylight. There was the Evil Dead one that I didn't get into, but I really am a big fan, and that those are good small group plays. I know Glimmer's big on Phasmophobia. I'm butchering the name, and I've always meant to play that one, and Ruru gifted it to me, and I still haven't managed to team up and group with anyone on that one. But games like that, those are things we can, while we usually don't create member rules for those specific games, but if it gets really big, we may create a channel and give people the opportunity to group up specifically for those games. And if we see people interested, we will definitely grab that out. But it helps if people advertise what they want to play, if we see them playing it, or just letting us know, and we might be able to help you get that started. That being said, on to Jack for the 2023 Get Together update.
Jackie?
He might have had a crying baby episode.
No, I'm muted.
Oh,
I'm
there he
muted.
is.
Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, no, we touched on this earlier with the get together, but yeah, in 2019 we had a get together. It was 2019, right? I'm not crazy.
Yes.
Yeah, 2019. It was a lot of fun. It was just really good times. turns out if you get along with people while you're playing a video game, for 20, 30 hours a week, you tend to get along with them in real life too. So it worked out really nice. Evolve's looking to get obviously we haven't had it for a few years, probably could have this year, but it just takes a lot of adjustment coming out of these things. 2023 gonna really put forward our best foot trying to get another get together going, just see if people are interested. If people aren't interested, then there won't be one. But we've got a guy, Nicodemus, is very excited to do it.
Hello.
He likes to. Oh, nice, Nicodemus is here, which he
Yep.
can take over here pretty shortly if he wants to. But yeah, he wants to do it, and that's the best thing to have is someone who wants to plan it, wants to do those things, wants to coordinate stuff. Like that's a good thing to have. What we're really looking for out of the other members is if you want to go to a meetup, we've got some ideas here. And this is just rough drafts. It doesn't have to be these places at these times. Like there's just some ideas there for people interested in it. We got Houston has been mentioned, Houston/Galveston in the spring and the fall. We got Vegas in the spring and the fall, which is we did Vegas well, I guess it's been like 3 years ago now, but yeah, we did Vegas then.
2019.
Yeah, we did Vegas 3 years ago, it was good. It's a good time. Vegas is Vegas if you're into that sort of thing. And then obviously
I mean,
Orlando,
we did
Florida.
spend a lot of time in the house too.
Yeah.
We weren't exactly.
Yeah,
in
some of us
Vegas.
we basically just had a huge house party. So it was like you didn't. Vegas was just like when you went down there, it was still there. But yeah, I was more amused by the house. But yeah, and then Orlando, Florida, which was actually going to be our big plan we had a 2021 planned, but it just didn't obviously happen. So Orlando, Florida, obviously a ton of stuff to do there, Disney and all that stuff. A lot of other things people want to see. It'd be an easy way to have people plan vacations around it and stuff like that, which is why we thought of it the first time. And then New Orleans has obvious things, although, going around, we've been warned off going around Mardi Gras, and I think that's, there's probably just too many old people in this guild now. But yeah, it's, it's just whatever. And if people want to see other times, other places, just give some feedback to Nicodemus.
All right.
I didn't really have anything planned to say, but yeah, if anybody has any other suggestions or for destinations, I think we're going to have a poll on it to finalize a destination. But yeah, I'm usually always here. Just hit me up.
Yeah, I got a lot of polls and rolls I got to get going tomorrow. I got a lot of work to do. I'm going to do it in the morning. But right now we're going to head into our question and answering session, a little Q&A. So, that pretty much sums up our meeting with the, stuff we've been doing. I know I got a lot of information to get out in the morning for everybody. So, does anybody have any questions for us?
Now's the time to speak up if you do, and if you don't want to say it in voice, you can message any of the Trier board members with your question.
But this is settled. I'm just glad to be here, and thank you.
Glad to have you.
Appreciate it.
So what server do we play on?
I fucking hate you, Void. I swear to God, you son of a...
Storm Reaver.
I got a question.
Yeah.
So 2 trains, one leaving from Dallas.
Nope. Next.
I'd be scared if we got serious questions.
Yeah, this has been I like it. I think it's good.
I have a question. For the meetup, I vote that we have it in Alberta in January. I think that's the best idea.
I think that sounds horrendous.
Like give them
So your igloo won't melt?
the full Alberta minus 40, 60 kilometers
I
hour
can do
winds.
it. I would have no problem with that. But
No,
I'm in
it's-
Alaska.
It's fine.
I'm a Texas boy and
we
don't
just
like to
stay in
go.
a house and have the same party.
Yeah.
That's Monday.
I got a big house. Y'all can come over.
Drinking in the winter is even more fun than drinking.
We'll have
fires.
fires outside. We'll cook some kubasa on the open fire. It's awesome.
I'd just say Houston, October, because I have to be there anyway in October.
What's the gun policy in hunting in Alberta?
I don't know because I can hunt all year round.
Oh, nice.
I'm down for hunting.
I'm not sure it fits with my
Canada's play
desire.
bolt action.
I'm not sure it fits with my desire for the weather to be perfect all the time.
Actually, bow hunting. I should say bow hunting would be a better thing. I like using the compound bow if I can. Like to stalk my prey. It's fun doing
So any questions? Anything towards us? How was the meeting?
As a Canadian, Kat, have you watched Letterkenny yet?
I have not watched Letterkenny.
Please watch it.
And you are not a Canadian.
And just skip straight to Shoresy
Like-
and just get to the best content.
Listen,
there's too much context. He needs the context of Letterkenny.
Over the years, I've had many people tell me that I need to watch some shows. I have watched. I finished The Office. I'm doing Parks and Rec right now, so
Those are American shows. Letterkenny is like peak Canada. You need to watch Letterkenny.
yeah, I watched Trailer Park Boys, so you know.
That's not Letterkenny though.
Okay,
Letterkenny's good.
I'll put that on the next
Trailer Park
one.
Boys is good too.
So just there's a real question in the chat. The question is, I'm a lurker that's been stalking around, a 60 hunter grinding my eye level up after a couple of years off. Which faction wants me? I need to server transfer to join you all officially. And the answer to that question is, you can play whichever faction you want. If you're Horde, you can raid with the Alliance now. If you're Alliance, you can raid with the Horde. We have the cross-faction community. You can do Mythic Plus. You can do all that stuff. Blizzard has announced officially that they are planning to do cross-faction guilds eventually. It's not coming with Dragonflight launch, but they're planning to do it later. And they also are planning to do cross-server guilds. So we may have a cross-faction, cross-server guild one day in Dragonflight, and that means it officially will not matter which faction you play. But yeah, either or. Our servers are Proudmoore for Alliance and Area 52 for Horde.
Will we ever have other Horde servers like Proudmoore? Some of us have Horde tunes here.
I mean, if the guilds go cross faction, I don't see why that wouldn't just be a toggle like it is with the community, and I could just turn it on and Horde could get in the guild if they're on Proudmoore. But we have to see how that's going to be implemented first. So that's how I imagine it being implemented, but we'll see.
It's Blizzard. It won't be that simple. You
Right.
know that.
The only
Because
thing
I'm
that
here and
we're-
Tyke.
The thing that we're worried, or the thing that we want the most, is just to go above 1,000 tunes. Because usually at the beginning of every expansion, the Alliance side has such an influx of people that they have to narrow it down to 1 to 3 tunes that you're allowed in the guild to bring the influx in. Now, it's been 1,000 tunes since the dawn of time, and sadly, when they made cross-faction, they did it the same way. Maybe one day it'll just be Blizzard accounts?
Maybe. I have a suggestion for a game, NBA 2K23.
Yeah.
I'm looking for park team members, so if you want to team up, let me know.
Isn't that the loot box simulator?
You're thinking
No.
Madden, right?
There's similar systems, but you don't have to pay money if you don't want to. It's just a long grind.
What platform?
I play on PC, so Steam.
If anyone's a Dawn of War fan, you can hit me up too.
So is there any other questions or comments or anything? Speak now. Otherwise,
Who is the oldest started playing WoW player of the group? Vanilla BC, been around since summer of '09 myself. Alucard wants to know. I think I started when BC came out, but
I started when Dragon Ball went live in 04.
I was launch. I was there at launch, but I think we had beta members. I think we had
Yeah.
members that played beta.
yeah, I think we did.
I'm too
Dale
old
was
to remember
WoW.
when I started.
Yeah, I got it on launch, but I've been on and off.
Ditto.
I
Don't
played
know what that
in.
stands for, Ramu.
He probably doesn't know what it stands for.
Let's just gatekeep it.
X probably does. Yeah, we got a lot of betas, a lot of vanilla.
What did you call me?
You're a beta.
I hope I would. I'm kind of drunk. I'm a Sigma. Thank you very much.
And vanillas, she said.
And vanillas, so you know.
I'm chocolate.
Mm.
I remember at
I'm
launch,
swirl.
when it launched, it was hard to get in stores because it was only, I don't think you could buy digitally. It was just retail boxes.
Yeah.
So Future Shop up in Grand Prairie had lots of copies sitting on the shelves. So I would have members, and I would go PayPal me, and then I was shipping them out.
I feel like I still have those boxes in a box somewhere.
I still have somewhere my Burning Crusade and Wrath. I have the Wrath collection edition box somewhere. I don't know where it is. I'm not gonna look for it. It's probably buried in the back of a
It's
closet,
in your house.
but I have it.
I know that in this voice channel right now we have 2 members that have been playing with me for, it'll be 10 years come December, January.
Priest.
No.
Dang it.
Voidum.
Void.
I know Voidum is
Void was my first ever
And Araxian?
recruit when we started the
How
Alliance
does he not
Guild
know what server it's on?
on Azurmist.
He's a troll.
I don't know how Void's been here for almost 10 years though.
Must
I
like
mean, how he's
something.
put up with you that long?
To know me is to love me. That tells you everything that you need to know about me, folks. Everything.
Just ask him how many kitchen renovations he's done.
Not many, but I'm good at them now. Much better.
Come move our dishwasher.
What?
That sounds
Our
awful.
dishwasher needs to be moved. It's
Is that a
What does
euphemism?
that have to do with anything?
kitchen renovations. He just said
Oh. I was distracted by Stale got a Thrall statue as a 10-year thank you gift from Blizzard.
I thought you were gonna say something else.
if he doesn't get a Reinhardt statue, what's the point?
But yeah, if that's everything, Izzy has a little closing mega statement she wants to say.
Sure. So mega. Big thank you to everybody that showed up tonight, all of our members that make the place that it is. Can't thank you guys enough. I know not everybody that wanted to be here is here. We'll have a VOD of this on YouTube with closed captioning for our friends. Close it out, Star. I want to play some Jackbox.
All right, I'll make this quick. So after the meeting, we're going to be doing some games. You can hang out on this channel if you just want to sit and talk. I'm going to be hosting some Jackbox games down in the Events 1 channel. Come join me if you want to participate in the fun. If you want to play some of the other games like Among Us, Fall Guys, Phasmophobia, I can never say that word. We also have a trivia and a Cards Against Humanity bot that I don't know if we've tested and may not work anymore. But either way, play some games, have some fun, mingle, be social. It'll be a good time. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Yep. For those that just want to stick around and chat that aren't going to games, I'm pretty sure there'll be some people just sitting here in the channel. So just.
You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.
But you can.
But if people are going to play Among Us,
Are they though?
I don't
I'm sure
know.
everyone's been drinking during this meeting in anticipation of the games.
I mean, I might have, but I'm gonna get another drink before I start streaming Jackbox.
I was partial to doing Jackbox tonight, but if there's people who wanted to try grouping up in the beta, I'm down for that
You say
too.
groping up?